How's it going, guys? Uber Jack here with another video for you today, and today we're talking about Saturday just gone. What date would that have been? Saturday the 19th, is that right? Yeah, Saturday the 19th of March. It was a GrandSlam Saturday, and what do I mean by that? Well, obviously, for people who don't know, it was the final day of the Six Nations rugby tournament, and Wales, where I'm from, I'm Welsh, we ended up beating Ireland in Cardiff. Can't remember what the score was. It's pretty bad of me. It was a very convincing win, and we won the GrandSlam. And the GrandSlam, for people that don't know, means we won all of our games. We weren't just top of the leaderboard at the end. We won all the games. So it was a GrandSlam Saturday, and again, we were really busy on Uber. I think there was reportedly something like 280,000 people in Cardiff that night, full of Irish fans coming over. It was also the St. Patrick's Day weekend, so it was a bit of a GrandSlam day and night, all in all, and this is what we earned. So we only did actually 14 trips. We got pretty lucky in terms of we weren't like sort of doing a lot of small drops, even though I don't mind them, especially when you get in surges and things. We had a few pretty decent lengthy trips, and I'll show you those in a second. But what I did want to talk about as well was I've actually had a trip, I've actually had a fare adjustment made. Now, I don't know if the customers requested this or if Uber have done it automatically. I'll find out soon, because I've sort of fed back to them that the adjustment shouldn't have been correct. And what is an adjustment, just for guys that don't know? So say that you do a job and you forget to end the app and end the trip on the app, and you keep driving. That's going to keep charging the customer. The fare can then be adjusted for that mistake. Now, that happened on my last trip. I didn't know until just today, actually, because I hadn't checked. But yeah, that happened just today, and I noticed just today, sorry, that had happened, and it was a substantial amount. Usually if it's like £1, I don't bother, and it is very rare. I think I've only maybe had 2 or 3, and I'll just explain to you the trip now. So what happened was I did like a good morning shift here. You can see, started at 11:20, and we were just getting really big surge. There was a huge surge over the city. We were getting sort of surge trips, a few cancellations here and there, and then I think 2 is when I stopped. The game was kicking off not long after that, and it goes very quiet when the game's on, so you want to sort of keep yourself for the later hours when the game's finished and people will be coming out. So that's exactly what I did. Came back out, a few cancellations and then a few short trips, and then here, this is where it started to get good. So at 20 to 8, if you can see that one there, the one I'm just clicking on. Oh, I've clicked on it completely, I don't need to. I took a trip there. It was a 2 times fare. It was from Cardiff to Newport, which is just the city over. Let's actually see how far it was. 12 miles, took 20 minutes. As I say, that was a ×2 surge, so that worked out really well. So I got that, and I wasn't having much luck since coming back out from the break of when the game was on. I wasn't having much luck. If you could see that, I had a few cancellations, like that £3 one underneath it. That was a cancellation, just customer was a no-show, and that was a 2 times surged fare as well, so it would have been obviously better than £3. And the one just underneath it there at 18:07, that was also a 2 times surged fare, and that then ended up being a no-show too. So I was thinking, God, my luck's not in here. And then I got that 19:39 one there. That was the time to Newport. On the way there, then I guess a 30+ minute job request in Newport. Now, I wasn't really planning to take any trips when I went to Newport. I was just going to fly straight back, and the reason for that was because there wasn't really any surges happening in Newport, and the Newport rates are lower than the Cardiff rates anyway, so you're getting less bang for your buck per mile per minute. So I was trying to get back into the city centre, into Cardiff city centre, to, you know, maximise things. But because it was a 30+ minute trip, I took it. I didn't know obviously where it was going to. It was heading back west down the M4, so past Cardiff up towards like Bridgend Way. That was that one there, and it was for 20 quid. I say no surge, 20 minutes, but it was all motorway, so you're using hardly any fuel, which is you know, good. Then coming back, I picked up some guys on the outskirts of Cardiff, brought them into the city centre, which was the one there at 8:52 p.m. You can see, for £11.74. That, you know, that's just helping me get back to where I need to go. And then as I'm coming back into the city centre, I guess another 30+ minute trip. This was the top one. This is the one that's been adjusted, and this was to Bristol. Now, £58.44 is pretty bad, to be honest with you. To Bristol, and it actually wasn't just to Bristol, so I'll just explain. I picked two gentlemen up. They were very drunk. I think I heard by their own words they'd had like 3-4 bottles of wine, various amounts of drinks, you know. Great day. They were very well behaved. I'm not saying anything about them being drunk, but they were drunk. So the one guy's fallen asleep in the back. The other one I'm driving, talking to all the way down the motorway. And, you know, he wanted me to take him home first. So the guy that booked it, he was the person that lived in Bristol. Then he wanted me to take his friend home afterwards. So I asked him to add a second. This is what you should always do, guys, to cover yourself and save any hassle down the line, which I've got here. It's not really hassle, but it is a bit. So what I did was I asked him to add a second drop off. He didn't really know what I was talking about, and I was worried that he was going to cancel the trip, because that happens sometimes when customers don't know what they're doing, and then you're halfway there and they've cancelled. It's a ball ache then. So I said, okay, no problem. I'll drop you off first, then I'll get your friend's postcode, and we'll just drive and drop him off, and I'll end the trip once we're done. So that's exactly what we did. Gets there, and it wasn't exactly a short trip either. You know, it was like from Bristol city centre almost up to the top. It was like, I want to say Gloucesterish. It was a GL postcode anyway, but nonetheless, it was a good it was £16.90. That's what was taken off me. So I did £16.90 worth of work. And, you know, I'm not going to be getting paid for it now, but I am going to be getting paid for it, because I've now told Uber, hang on a minute, I've already put the request through, hang on a minute, what are you taking that off me for? This is what happened. There was a second driver. You know, I'm not just driving up to Gloucester for laughs and giggles. I would have been straight back home, obviously, but I took the extra 20 minutes, I'd say, driving up this fella up to Gloucester, in the middle of nowhere, some little village, never been there in my life. I was happy to do so, you know. So I don't know if the customers raised this or Uber. Maybe I'll find out soon, and I'll let you know. It could be that the customers raised it. He was drunk, so who knows. Just got another trip here now. But that's pretty good timing, because I've actually, you know, covered what I wanted to say there. It certainly was a good Saturday, a GrandSlam Saturday. Very good news for Wales winning the GrandSlam. Apologies to anyone who's Scottish, Irish, or English, or even French or Italian. Maybe it'll be your turn next year. We've got a very good side at the moment, so I don't think anyone's too bothered about us winning it. And also, it was another great night on Uber, and you know, these rugby days are really what makes it for us here in South Wales. And yeah, so guys, I'll let you know if there's any issues with that fare adjustment. I don't anticipate there will be. It'll just be re-added back onto my balance, which it should be as well. And that'll be the end of that. But at least you guys have seen, you know, what an fare adjustment is and how you can quickly deal with it. I didn't show you how to deal with it, but it's very simple. You just go into help, you click fare adjustments, and then you select the fare, and you say, look, why has this been adjusted? This is what happened, blah, 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 bam, and they should get back to you very quickly. I'm anticipating a response today. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Ciao for now. Okay guys, just to add to the end of the video here, if anyone's still watching, hello, thank you. I got immediately quick response from Uber about that adjustment. I can't remember what, probably within about 4 or 5 minutes. I'd literally just done the last trip that you see me take. It was only like a mile, and they've got back to me. Thanks for getting in touch. Sorry to hear about the adjustment made on this trip. Based on the information you've given me, I've reviewed the trip and adjusted the fare back to the original amount for you, which is £100. So that's £100 how much it cost, you know, in total. I got 75, you know, less than £25 from Uber. So I think, on all honesty, this was a adjusted fare by Uber automatically because of the distance and the amount. Like if it's a very small amount, it's sort of up to the customer to note, hey, what's going on, he didn't end the fare. But with it, when it's a bigger amount, Uber will just automatically adjust it, and then if they don't hear nothing off you, it'll stay as that. So always check your fares. You'll see it come up on your pay quite clearly, on your sort of your payment screen. It'll say adjusted fares or balance adjustment, and you want to be looking at that then, looking through your fares, seeing which ones you think were adjusted. I didn't get an email. They should have really emailed me. Maybe I did. If I check back through, they'll say, look, we've adjusted your fare. They are quite straight up like that and telling you things, and look how quick the response was there. So very happy with Uber. This is why they're number one, because they get things done straight away. There's no messing around. I understand why they adjusted the trip. You know, they've got a reputation to keep here. They don't want to be, you know, just charging people extra because drivers are getting lazy or doing what they're doing. And it is easy to forget to end a trip. It's not, you know, it's not as straightforward as you could think, especially if you've had a long day, which I had, and I was pretty tired, I won't lie. So, you know, it can happen. It wasn't in this case. I've explained what happened, and they've adjusted it, so can't fault them at all. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to add that in at the end. Catch you guys on the next video. Thanks.